Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entre Tejidos Crochet. Today's video is going to be about my participation with Audball Crochet's Get Stitching with Audball Crochet. In July, Audball Crochet put out like a story on getting for people to nominate different designers that were under 10K that they designed and things like that. Not only did I get nominated, at least I know that some of my crochet friends, they reached out to me. They told me, hey, I put your name in the hat, which I'm so thankful for. I also went into the story and nominated a few of my crochet friends and just test things out, how it was all going to play out. Well, Audrey from Audball Crochet, she was the guinea pig, so to speak, for the month of August. So the overall thing of get stitching with it is to, over the course of 1 month, we are going to support, engage, and overall love on these designers' patterns. For August, it was Audball Crochet. And I kid you not, this was the best thing ever, because not only did I find a new designer with, I'm looking at all the plushies I made from her patterns. I love her style. I love her style of plushies. I've gotten to know her a little bit because she's also been part of the Crochet-A-Longs that I've been part. And today's video is going to show you the patterns that I made. Now, if you're interested in joining along, I'll drop all the links down in the description box so that you can join in the fun. For September, if I recall correctly, the designer is Crochet by Tyra, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it'll be linked down below. Now, the whole thing, it's not just to focus on a designer's patterns. It's also to engage with the community because, we're added into this big group chat, and then whenever we finish one of those patterns, we share, we get inspired. We really do get inspired. I started out with wanting to make 2 patterns. I ended up with 2 more, so a total of 4, and then I got picked to pattern test her baby Alan, but I'll show you in just a bit. The way we can build communities is that we're added into group chats. We inspire each other by sharing how we made, the colors that we chose for which pattern, this is how I made it. And in a way, yes, we built the community, but also the designers get that sort of exposure to, with people trying out their patterns, and the makers can get patterns at a discount. So if that interests you, be sure to check out the links below. But I've talked so much. Let me show you what I made, and not only what I made, but also the order that I made them. So when I started in August, it was announced that Audball Crochet was going to be the focus of August. I was also starting up with the plushies that I was going to make for Cuddles for Courage. So I started out with the astronaut pattern and with the duck pattern because, I wanted to make a plushie. So in a way it was double dipping, making something for the Cuddles for Courage and also so that I could try out these patterns. This is Baby Apollo. Full disclosure, all of the patterns that I'm going to show you are the baby version. This is the smaller one, which is about, I want to say 14 inches long. She has the regular size, which is bigger. Now, Baby Apollo, I was genuinely surprised by how fast he worked up. I believe in about 40 minutes, I had made the head, the arms, and a leg. So, and I was reading the pattern for the first time. I was trying to get, into the groove of the designer while doing the pattern, and I was obsessed. after I made Apollo, I was stuck. I didn't know which one to make. I wanted to make the duck, which I got. But bear in mind, this was for Cuddles for Courage, so I signed up for a bear. I signed up for the book Corduroy Bear, and I made Baby Tide with color changes that'll mimic Corduroy Bear. Ooh, I forgot to mention, most of these, yes, actually all of these, are a mixture of Bernat Blanket with basix chenille. The variegated yarn is Bernat Blanket, and then the yellow and the gray are all basix chenille. This is Bernat Blanket. This is the dappled one in the color cappuccino, and this is basix chenille in sage. So I don't know, I think, no, I'm not gonna say this is the cutest one because they're all cute. The next one I made was also in Bernat Blanket mixed in with basix chenille, and this one is actually a pattern test. This is the one that I got picked to test, and this is Baby Alan, and he is bigger. Like, Apollo is about 14 inches, and then, a little bit longer. I would say like 15, 16 inches. Now, the great thing about this is that I've been working through my stash. If you can't tell from the mess that I have in the back, I've been crocheting quite a bit without, to be honest, I've been pulling out yarn, working something up, and then dumping it around. And now that I'm done with these, I can organize my stash again. But I've been meaning to work through my variegated yarn, especially my skeins of yarn that I had less than a full skein or like half a skein left. And I thought I was going to have enough to finish Baby Alan, but I didn't. So I had to add, this is sage, basix chenille sage and forest into the mix. And I kid you not, I'm kind of obsessed with all the greens mixed together. So I've been working through my blanket stash. Not that I want to get rid of blanket yarn. No, I want to get more blanket yarn. So I've been working through those weird skeins of colors that kind of don't match with anything else, but at the same time, they look awesome together. I don't know. And then these I kind of made almost simultaneously, because I started making all the pieces that you crochet in, and then I worked up each of the bodies. And the first one that I finished of these two was Bethany. This is Baby Bethany, and this is Bernat Blanket mixed in with basix chenille. This is steel cut oats. And just look at her. Just look at her and look. How is that tail not so cute? Now, before I show you the other one, I'm obsessed with the way that Audrey designed the knotted legs. Chef's kiss. Because to be honest, to be fair, I love Mama Made Minnie's patterns, especially the knotted looks. I love it. But I don't love working up the legs. The way that Oddball Crochet designed hers is before you know it, you're done with the leg, you knot it up, and then you continue to the body. It's amazing. Then the last one was Baby Daniel, and he is a white duck. This one I shouldn't have sewn the head on late at night because he's kind of like that, but at the same time, he looks kind of cute. He's like, what are you doing? But are you ready for the cutesy part? Look at that little tail. Look at that. And also the webbed feet. I can't. So for the month of August, I made 5 Oddball crochet patterns. Do I recommend these patterns? Yes. Yes, 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 especially the baby ones. I consider myself a fast crocheter, and I kid you not, I think I worked these up in under 3 hours. I kind of want to say like 2 hours, but you know, just to be on the safe side, under 3 hours. So they are very much market friendly patterns. You can, if you make them in blanket yarn, they come out to about 14 inches, which is a good size if you're market prepping. I'm not market prepping, even though I do kind of feel like it's market prepping, because of all of these, only one is not for Cuddles for Courage. So Daniel Duck, Bethany, Apollo, and Todd, all of these 4 cuties are for Cuddles for Courage. And I've been trying to finish all the plushies up so that I can send out this package before the deadline so that it gets there in time. If you are looking for this sort of challenge, if you will, if you want to try out new patterns, if you want to see a specific designer's patterns worked up in different colors, different yarn textures, please check out all of the information that is down below. I'll link the patterns that I got, and I'll also link Audball Crochet's profile and her group, her Get Stitching with Audrey or Get Stitching with Audball Crochet, her like Instagram group, so that if you're interested, you can join along. But sadly, I hope you enjoyed today's video, even though it was on the quicker side, but I just needed to share. I needed to create like this whole highlight video, because it's something that I've been trying to do, like I've wanted to do for a while now, which is to pick a designer and focus on their patterns for that month, and then having like this sort of like spotlight video, if you will. I know some designers have a pattern type. So I know that April from the Cozy Buckeye, she is doing like cow patterns, cat patterns, dragon patterns, that sort of thing. And then she makes a bunch of them and then she talks about them. But I kind of wanted to do it through like focusing on a specific designer, and this challenge helped me do that. Now I'm certainly looking forward to September. I already have a couple of patterns in mind that I want to get from Crochet with Tyra. I believe that's the name. If you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, and commenting down below. Have you done any sort of oddball crochet patterns? If so, comment down below which pattern you did and, I don't know, your overall feedback. Well, that is going to be today's video. I will see you back soon with another one. Bye.